Greetings, fellow Wendigos. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 109 of Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch. So the recap from last stream is relatively straightforward. Continually building a ship reactor was proposed, but then postponed. This ship reactor. So for those that don't know, I don't know who wouldn't know, but I'll explain this anyway. To get into space, you need to charge up a ship reactor, and then when the ship reactor is powering online, you get rated an incredible amount for 10 days? Why don't I know this? I think it's 10 days, right? Yeah. A long power-up process likely to attract raiders. Yeah, no kidding. So that was always like second fiddle to all the other priorities. So the priorities, as you can see at the top, are make bionic eyes and host the prisoners. So we have been installing advanced bionic eyes in all of our shooters to try to increase their shooting accuracy, which should help us during the reactor raids. So shooting accuracy, which is here, is heavily driven by sight. So we've been trying to add to our sight to add to our accuracy to make the fight a little bit easier. And then right at the very end of last episode, we accepted a quest to host paralyzed prisoners. So here's the linked quest. It is from Phlebe Tyronian, some random faction that just offered this quest to us, and it's for Luciferium as a reward. All of these guys are entirely paralyzed. They're not going anywhere. And Mallet and Viper are here to act as warden. Mallet's actually here just to do some mining, and then he is going to be heading home with the plasteel, whereas Viper is going to be the permanent warden here, which is a little scary because he has no idea how to do medicine. So I might need to send a second warden anyway, because if any of these prisoners get hurt somehow, let's say a breacher shot here, or I don't know, they would bleed out, and Viper would watch, because that's what Viper is allowed to do. But here is the pod drop of prisoners. So that's where we left off. We are hosting a bit of a penal colony, a paralyzed penal colony, and then trying to install these advanced bionic eyes in as many as we can so that we can make sure that our shooters are accurate. I'm going to continue with that current priority, and then I'm going to re-poll you all soon, making sure that this is indeed what you want me to be working on. Another thing, and this one's a little obvious to state, is I am completely overwhelmed by the wealth of my colony right now. I have 76 dusters and nowhere to put them. So I might need to run a bit of a caravan. Oh, look at you, Ludmilla. We've been doing a pretty good job of defending our home here, and this is the latest monument marker. If this gets damaged in any way, I do get a sunblocker machine guarded by tribals. I don't really care if it gets damaged or not. A sunblocker machine would be annoying for my solar generator, but we would destroy those tribals rather quickly. Thank you everybody for showing up day after Christmas. Guero, Glitch, Raptor, Guero yet again, and Private First Class Sprog. Thank you for the bits and the resub. And cheers. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and soon to be a Happy New Year. So these are going to be hosted for 24 days, which is kind of a ridiculous period of time. My worry, just speaking out loud, is that the amount of prisoners that I have to host and the duration of these prisoners sort of indicates to me that I probably should not. Molecular analysis just finished. I should probably not turn on the reactor during the process in which we are hosting the prisoners, so that we don't decrease the amount of people defending at home. But I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I can, of course, leave this up to polling. So we have 2 hunting sites, or actually 4 hunting sites detected. Which is funny, because there's no one that lives on this ice sheet anymore. We have already completed that goal. We have purged it. Now, the announcements for this stream, I did sort of allude to allowing you all to decide whether or not I continue the sort of purge. We can go south. There's nothing stopping us from sort of delaying the reactor raids and clearing out more of the southern continent. But that will be left up to you. So Slotus needs an eye. Marauder needs an eye. Ven needs an eye. Dux needs an eye. Viper as well. And Mallet does not. So we have some eyes left to be made. We have an early vote for Continue the Purge. I'll be polling for it, of course, as always. I believe that I called in a bulk goods trader. It is pretty temperate. In fact, that's kind of a problem because meat has been spoiling as a result of how warm it is. So I hope that we will be getting more traders coming in. I could, of course, send some of the bison to help carry goods out and do a little remote, trading, going to an outpost and handing things over. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi. Brooks, you are not paralyzed anymore. So there's a chance, and you don't see this very often, but there's a chance every day that someone with paralytic apasia can just make a lucky early recovery. Right? Says right here. There's like something like a 2% chance per day. And Brooks just got up. The problem is, I don't want Brooks to get up. That's actually a bit of an issue for me. We just discovered a plasteel seam. So I think what we're going to need to do is maybe rip off his legs. Just spitballing here, but clearly we can't let him just walk about. That's going to be a lot more tricky and dangerous. So, I don't know. I think I might have to remove them legs. I just don't see another option. Hey, Tumbling. How was... Well, okay. I'm not going to ask you how your birthday stream was because I was there for it. But, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Was happy to drop in and hang out with you a bit. I am famously not much of a Factorio player, so I was mostly lurking, if I'm honest. But happy to hang out with you all the same. Is it not possible to keep him asleep? So, no. I mean, it is, but I would have to continually anesthetize him, which isn't affordable. It's also a ton of micromanagement. There is no default RimWorld way to be like, hey, keep him anesthetized 24/7, 365 until I don't want him anymore. There's just no way to actually physically do that. So my best bet is to rip off his legs so that he can't walk around instead. That means that I am likely going to need to create like a simple prosthetic leg or a peg leg. How do peg legs even work in this mod with the EPOE? Is there even such a thing? I'm not even sure. Peg leg. So I have to make the peg leg a crafting spot. Got it. That's not annoying at all. Got it. And Balkans Trader's coming in. Awesome. So here's a peg leg. It costs 50 wood instead of 1. So 50 times the cost. And I have 15 wood on me. Which means, unless this Balkans Trader has wood, I'm not making that peg leg. In fact, the simple prosthetic leg would be even cheaper. Yep. Got it. So let's check this Balkans Trader when they get a little bit closer. I could always put him in crypto sleep. Actually, you can't. You're not allowed to put guests that you are hosting in crypto sleep. The game doesn't allow it. Unfortunately, I just destroyed my crypto sleep pods, caskets, so I can't really demonstrate that. Did you miss shave the beard? No, actually, it has been redeemed. I'm just shaving it on the 1st. or the 31st, somewhere in between. So let me quickly cheat. Don't worry, I'm not going to actually gain anything from this, just to demonstrate that you're not allowed to do that. So I could either do ship crypto or regular crypto. Where is it? I never make regular crypto. Isn't it in here? Yeah, here it is. So let's say I just God mode this in. I am not hosted, prisoners not allowed in crypto sleep caskets, as you can see. That's not a shortcut I'm allowed to take. And then let's go ahead and destroy it so I don't earn anything from it. My hydrated mode is expensive. Oh, just to make me hydrate? Yep. Same with pet Yodas and all that. Just a reward for people to spend time here, I suppose. But I hydrate anyway. Yeah, obviously hosting people in crypto sleep for prisoners and whatnot would be a lot easier. So it doesn't allow you. You can only really put your own colonists in. You can't put visitors, guests, people that you're hosting. I don't even think you can put refugees. It's just your own colonists and slaves. And maybe your own prison. Yeah, I believe you can put your own prisoners, but no one linked to a quest, so it is a little fussy. All right, Glitch. Let's get trading with, what's his name? Krolster, the cave explorer. That's a name. Pack of survival meals that are vegetarian, definitely gonna get rid of. I do have a ridiculous amount of meat, so I'm gonna sell some. At this point, we are over what they can even afford to trade us, so we're very low on cloth. So I'll buy 300 cloth. I think that makes sense. I'm gonna sell these small stacks of... No, I'm not gonna sell those small stacks of leather. Buy the steel, because I always buy the steel. I somehow have 215 beer. That's not necessary. I'm gonna buy an extra reinforced barrel in case we do have to shell against siegers that come to attack us during the reactor raids. I have 1326 gold, so that's absurd. They don't have any wood, so I'm not gonna be able to make that peg leg. So let me go ahead and just buy components, because I have 20k and I have a lot of clothing to sell, and I'd rather not make the components myself. I'd rather shortcut it. So that's close enough, I don't really care. And then I need to trade 49 rep with them, so let's gift clothing for up to 49 reputation. $49, perfect. Spot on. That frees up an immense amount of our stockpile, which is great, because I was crippled by the amount I had full. So instead of that peg leg, scratch that, that's not gonna work. We are gonna make a simple prosthetic leg and then just tear it out. It doesn't really matter. They're not keeping it. So unfortunately, this is steel, plasteel, and components. So it's obviously more expensive than a 50 wood peg leg. I could break apart this monument, but then I'd have to go fight a sunblocker. So it's kind of a no-win scenario where I have to pay somehow. It also seems to me that my, my locust armor that was suspended really should be unsuspended at this point, because I have 0 spare locust armor, so that's not great. We've been shot, stabbed. I think really what damaged our armor the most was when the crown dropped in and, like, you know, ruined our crafting room and just damaged everything. I did finish the synthetic hearts though, so that's good. Enjoy your birthday party, and take care. It was a pleasure. Oh yeah, here's exactly why we want to tear this dude's legs off. So the issue, of course, is that that all the other prisoners are paralyzed. So Brooks here has no one to fight when he goes berserk. Oh my god, don't bite him to death. Okay. Whew. Brooks here has no one to fight when he goes berserk, and then it becomes kind of annoying where I have to then become responsible for, like, quelling stupid prisoner fights and I don't know, just stuff I don't really want to have to deal with. So, we are definitely going to have to fix that. Drinks on you. All right. Cheers, Crimson. Off with his legs? Yes. I will be taking those legs off as soon as I can. I'm not worried about a prisoner being able to win. I'm more worried about a prisoner not being able to lose gracefully. I'm worried that he just simply straight up dies the next time he tries to fight us. So, it's not that my Wendigos are at risk, it's that the failure of this quest is at risk. The two are obviously very different. And then we have to keep them fed. Yep, the beard is going in just a few days. I think Thursday, right before New Year's, I will shave something weird. Leave myself a very strange temporary facial hair. And then on December 1st, it's baby face for me. 100,000 channel points redeemed to do just that, so we'll get it done. So here's the simple prosthetic leg that is going to be shipped down for Brooks to then have his legs removed. The Locust armor is getting smithed up. Most of my stockpile that was spilling over is getting hauled back in, although I'm still overflowing, so there's still need to call in more goodwill and trade and all that stuff. You're sorry that I'm losing the beard? It happens. He'll grow back, hopefully. So we're getting to a point where I'm going to ask the question of the priorities. I think we're about 15 minutes in. It's been about 2 years since Babyface, yeah. I usually keep it shorter than this, though. It's usually just like barely past 5 o'clock shadow, but it's going to be really weird to fully shave. I don't even think I have a shaving razor. And if I do, it's been slowly rusting for 2 years, so not gonna risk tetanus. 200k to keep it? Nah. I won't renege on that. I could always immediately start regrowing it on the 1st, and we'll see how far I get within 1 month. It'll be sad. Did I lose a bet? No, it's just you know, thought it would be interesting to do. What should our top priority be? We could either start purging the southern continent, if I could spell. Oh my lord, my spelling is not good today. Or, alternatively, we could prioritize building the ship reactor. We can't really do both. We have to do one or the other. And I'm going to leave this poll up a while, because it's kind of an important one. It will dictate more or less the focus. So if you vote for purging the southern continent, what we'll be doing is we'll be continually reinvesting bionics and synthetics in our Wendigo, and just killing off as many as that we can in the south. I haven't really been using the waste station, so it's a method to which we could use the waste station, this here, the trade outpost, and go and kill some people off. Now, if you vote for the ship reactor, the problem is, and I'm not against that, but the problem, of course, would be the logistics behind dealing with 2 different map tiles and the ship reactor at once could become a bit of a headache, but I am up for the task. It's sounds like it's going to be very challenging, and, you know, likely it will be. So then, either way, I'll have qualifying questions about this, follow-up questions of like, should we wait until we have all of our bionic eyes, or a certain level of organs, or just immediately, so on and so forth. So, it'll be up to you. And again, I'm quite happy doing it either way. So Mallet has been mining up the plasteel. I probably have about a third of it. Yeah, about a third of it. And we are just constantly making advanced bionic eyes. So how many... This is the last one? Is that right? I don't think that's right. Dux needs one. Zleb needs a better one. Yeah, I might have to fuss with this. I think what I'm going to do is not do the do until I have queue, because I might get it wrong. So this trade caravan's finally leaving. About time. And what is the time on the next one? 1 day? So 9th of the August. Oh, you bastards. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, so normally they steal a little bit of food, but I think they just stole like 13 meals. Get out of here, you donkeys. That there was low. I mean, there is low, and then... Oh, you know what? I'm wrong. Zleb is not a shooter, so it really is just Dux. And... Marauder. So Dux, let's have you take this bionic eye. Could I do craft 1 per colonist and count equipped? No, because I'm not putting them in brawlers. Brawlers don't need eyes like shooters do. They don't benefit quite as much. It's smart, but... So, Marauder needs one, and I believe he's the only one. Everybody else has eyes. Another really good, quick way to check this would be to go to Colonists, go to Stats, and then go to Vision? Sight? And just see who is sporting a sight that is at the level that we're expecting. Obviously, there's medical conditions like anesthesia that is that will negatively affect the sight. But this is a pretty short way to figure out who's got eyes and who doesn't. So it's pretty clear that everybody that needs eyes, except for Marauder, has them. Has some sort of sight benefit, so Marauder's the only one. We have a light receptor, so let's make a bionic eye and advanced bionic eye. And then I think we'll be done. Glitch doesn't need an eye because he's not really a shooter anymore. He used to be a shooter, and then he's now a sort of a perpetual... Psycaster. He just doesn't shoot. Man, this is a close vote. Dear Lord. Might have to do a recount. Now, for someone like Glitch, yeah, eyes aren't necessary, but things like stone skin could be really good. Getting more of the bionics in could be really important. If you guys really want to leave it up to a coin toss, I'll do that. Also, I need a pet tusk. Here, girl. Here. She really wants pets, but she has no idea how to get them. Now, just because if you do vote on purging the southern continent, it doesn't necessarily mean that's all we do. We can always change our mind later on. I could repoll for this in an hour or two to see if things have changed. The advantage of purging now is it allows me to create more bionics for for stronger Wendigos before we fire up the reactor. Because once we fire up the reactor, there's really not going to be time to do anything else. It's going to be, 100% just defending ourselves, more or less. Please let another one of my bison be pregnant. Yeah, Shelbel III is already pregnant, so, magic. Yeah, Tuska's here. She is. She's sitting on my wind turbine. So let's say, I'm gonna put a timer on this. So if you haven't voted yet, you've got 2.5 minutes. And I will respect the results. And then I'm gonna throw in some qualifying questions of like, are there additional organs I should make? Those kinds of things. Because if you do want some additional organ engineering before we trigger the, either go on the raids or trigger the reactor, you can weigh in. Crazy Dave, thanks for the follow. Oh, I didn't mean to have the Yoda streamer cam paused, so I'll unpause that. So I think what might be in order is even maybe a compromise of like, okay, clearly about half of you want me to purge some of the southern continent. So maybe then we vote on how many colonies we purge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then we can start the ship reactor. And then also ask the question of like, what organs should we try to engineer before the purge happens? So here you can see Ambers and Zleb have normalized, just regular bionic eyes, and it's reflected by the sight percent. And then Marauder's the only one that is in need of this last eye. That's coming up. Hopefully, don't fail the don't fail the surgery. Need material. Oh, someone's probably already queued to do it. Eli is. Oh god. There was a YouTube comment speculating that Eli fails the surgeries because she's snacking, or he's snacking while doing the surgery, and just sometimes eats the body parts instead. Can't help himself. That's a pretty good theory. Pretty dark theory. Hey, Dave. Not only the follow, but the subscribe. Thank you. And welcome. Here, let's have Yoda celebrate with you. So, building the ship reactor won by a single vote. I'm still going to ask the question because I think enough of you had voted for a southern raid. How many southern settlements to raid before the reactor start? I can always build the reactor and just not start it. So, it'll be a quick little 1 through 5. And then I can go to the ship and just sort of put the reactor somewhere. Let's think about this, exactly how I want to lay it out. Because ships are weird sometimes. So, here's what I'll do is I will forbid this, remove the roof, so I can actually, plan it, and just plan it out so that it's nice and symmetrical. Not some sort of ugly, twisted, well, actually, we're Wendigo, so maybe it should be ugly and twisted, I don't know. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all the raw resource stuff out of the stockpile, out of the inside stockpile, just because it's going to save a lot of space. We don't need to keep the plasteel stone blocks, steel, indoors. It doesn't decay or anything like that. And then I'm going to move the chunks, the stone chunks that are sort of in the way, outside. Not that this ever is going to be a good ranch. Wow. 5 is coming out strong. Maximum number. There was a lot of target-rich environment here. It'd be very easy to kill 5. What? Oh, you're tamed, aren't you? I was like, how did you just walk in my door? Yeah, not anymore. Bye-bye. And Exoticus trader flying overhead. Awesome. I have a ridiculous amount of money. So look at that. Look at that. Look at my silver stockpile. It is disgusting. Let's spend it. Buying advanced components. Check. Plasteel. Check. GoldenEye. Don't need it. Lance. Gold. 10k. Maybe not that much gold. But I want enough gold for advanced components, because another thing I'm going to ask is how many more body parts should I buy? Well, that will free up some space. That was a big sale. And then the other thing is I could call them in. Whoa! Crazy Dave! Holy moly, it has been a day and a half of just unbelievable crazy gifts. Thank you, Dave. That is, you got the love cam, you got the love lights on. Thank you all for the gifted subs. Why not build a silver chamber? Are there silver walls? There are silver walls. It's just our Wendigos don't really worship money. We worship blood and death. And silver looks too shiny. Thank you for all those gifted subs. Cheers. Cheers. Nicosen, not good I am. Thanks for the follows as well. I hope you got caught up in that gift avalanche, I guess. Maybe you didn't. Okay, well, I got sidetracked, I think for good reason, but it was so that I could call in another caravan. So let's call in additional bulk goods. Is there a mod for flesh walls? Well, actually, yes, sort of. Oh boy, look at what I built here. If only I could rotate that. Well, that wouldn't really help. Not so much flesh walls. There's a mod for, there's a mod that I've used in the past for bone stuff. I don't know how to make this look symmetrical and decent. Do we have to do 4? I might have you vote on that. So it looks like you guys want me to raid 5 colonies. So raid 5 colonies and host prison, or just host prison. How many engines to make? 3 or 4? I'm gonna spell it out so it's not weird. 3 engines, 4 engines. So it's that there's no way to make 3 look nice. Well, no, I could rotate. Actually, yeah, no, let me think about that too. So there's also the reactor could be rotated like this. Oh, well, maybe pushed up forward. And what do you got? 1, 2, 3. That's symmetrical. I could do 3 and have it not ugly. Have it be something, some sort of shape like this, probably wider, but then caskets. Let's remove the roof here, here, and all of here, and then shrink the zone. I don't need the zone as big because I managed to sell a whole lot of stuff. Here, let's have a revote now that I've demoed both. I don't care if you want to go 4 engines. I can afford it. I'll manage one way or another. But there's a little revote. I'll put a vote up there. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you in just a minute is what body parts left to make. Because we have very heavily modified people now. So what do you want to see? Do you want to see more synthetic organs like lungs or livers? Do you want to see more bionic parts? And then we can line up the pods like that with the computer core and the sensor cluster out here. It's like I'm playing FTL. Or maybe, I don't know. I kind of like that design, but I could also go with like this. Well, no, that one makes more sense. So let's put them back. Just as a plan. It also allows me to sort of roughly calculate the total cost. So we have the one prosthetic leg. We have bulk goods traders coming in. And it looks like 3 engines will work now that I've made it look okay. Did the tip go through? It did! I have no idea why I didn't make money. No idea why I didn't make sound, but Merry Christmas to you again. I've got to, it's interesting to me to see the conversion rate every time. I should filter by just your tips. I could retroactively try to determine the active conversion rate. Oh, look! Your tip brought in some extra love. That looks like a big old nasty mech cluster. I'm excited. So this is the cluster, this is the core. Maybe I don't know how to make it look decent. Maybe like that. Yeah, that would be a cool looking ship. So where are these guys coming? So you guys vote on 3 engines. Should I continue to make bionics, synthetic organs? So if we do continue to make bionic and synthetic organs, it means that we are pulling resources away from the possibility of making better weapons, because almost all of our weapons are just good quality, which is very meh. Like, anyone can make good quality weapons. And it also means that a lot of our plasteel and gold are going to go. Well, I have a lot of gold. I have 1,500 gold. Why did I even buy gold? What did I do that for? I have no idea. Just to drive up my wealth? Holy cow. Yeah, okay, to drive up my wealth. Yeah, I have no idea why I did that for. But obviously this ship costs a ton of resources. So if you vote for me to continue making bionics, it will make the ship understandably more expensive and maybe a little delayed as a result. But that's fine. If that's what you want, it is fine. I'm not to shame you. Don't let me shame you into making decisions for you. So what do we have over here? We have they're all dormant. A bunch of mech assemblers, centipede, pike, centipede, lance, centipede. So a bunch of centipedes. They have a low shield. A bunch of proximity. Do they have a high shield? I don't see a high shield. So there's a few different methods to deal with this. Because they don't have a high shield, as far as I could tell, mortaring them is pretty effective. Yeah, they have a bunch of drop beacons. Or just a single drop beacon, but that just means they're going to get backed up. So I could mortar this pretty effectively because they don't have any mortar protection. They also don't have any mortars. And then shoot them. So I'm going to let you vote on this strategy here once we get there. So let me set up a void. So we don't just trip their proxies and wake them all up. And then this thing, I don't even think it has a countdown timer, as far as I can tell. It's just proximity sitting there. It's weird. EMP attacks on this the EMP wouldn't be wide enough to be effective. The problem with, yeah, I don't generally rely on EMP because EMPs don't last very long. Like the actual effects of an EMP on mechanoids, they adapt rather quickly, and the blast is pretty small. So if there was like a EMP shell equivalent of an antigrain shell, like basically a, you know, an actual EMP the way it would work in real life, I would do it, but there is no such thing here. So I don't think EMP is going to be all that effective because it only will knock out. Like if I dropped an EMP shell on this, it would knock out like a circle like this big. That's about it. Remember Viper? Viper's not even on this map tile. He can't get addicted because he's not here. I already got that covered. So it looks like you guys do want synthetic or bionic organs. I'm gonna put a pen in that for a minute because I have to ask about the tactics here. So what tactics should I employ? Mortar, shelling, mads. Mads, I will say, it's a little exploited. The thing is, I'm not worried about a mech cluster. Like, I could defeat this mech cluster basically any way I want. So just because I'm exploiting how strong Mads is doesn't necessarily mean it's, I couldn't deal with it otherwise. It's not like last resort, so bit exploity. I could do launchers, Doom triple. Regular combat or psi combat. That's probably the most obvious one, so you guys can pick. Likely it's going to be a hybrid of these choices, but it's sort of what should my opener be? Should my opener be dropping a tactical nuke and teleporting out? Should my opener be mortar shelling? Should my opener be psi combat, trying to get as many of the centipedes berserked and shooting at each other? It'll be up to you. I think it might be at a point where I no longer need... Let me get animal healing, I guess. I don't really need research benches anymore. Joe True, thanks for the resub. And Marmor Seldon, you as well. I'm sorry I missed you. 1 year and 11 months apiece. Welcome back, guys. Pleasure to have you. So if I did mortar shelling, what I probably would want to do is to get all of my shooters in sniper rifles and just snipe down the rest. I have 9 sniper rifles now, it looks like, so that's quite a lot of shooters. Right, little buddy? So as the sun rises and day breaks, that could be our method of attack. So let's think about that. Here's the kicker, though. The kicker is that the game is updated, and the accuracy of your mortars depends on the shooting skill of your shooters. So I don't want my brawlers to be shooters because it's kind of important for accuracy's sake. I don't think any of my brawlers have any shooting skill. No, they really don't have any shooting skills. So Shredder and Raptor, a mother-son mortaring combo, are going to hop on the mortars, and then everybody else is going to grab sniper rifles. Oops, didn't mean to do 2 at once. So let's remove that. I'm going to ask about I'll just do it now. What sort of body parts to make? So synth organs, which is cheaper, or advanced bionics, more expensive, or body augments, healing enhance, coag. I guess stone skin should be included in that too. Armor skin, stone skin. Okay, so what sort? Should we do synthetic organs, which is probably the cheapest of the three options? Should we do advanced bionics for faster legs, stronger arms, that kind of thing? Or body augments for faster healing, coagulation, or stone skins? And as always, I leave it up to you. I think all of my other sniper rifles are now reserved. That are good. So we'll go for a normal. Alright, getting my shooters lined up. Oh, this shell was for what? Anti-EMP? Yeah, let's put high explosive in there. The barrels of these are going to break down pretty soon, but at least we'll get 4 and 7 shots apiece before they do. Put a timer on that. Glitch, I will likely want you to join the shooters for side casting backup. Schedule everybody inside. All of my snipers seem to be ready. I'm going to try to have them dragged west. Do my best to do that. Crazy Dave, you want me to check Whisper when I get a chance? Sure. I can do that. Don't usually have that open. Oh, of course my mic boom is totally in the way of your message. Of course. But cheers. Giving it a quick read while we get Glitch into position. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season as well. Mine was pretty good, all things considered. All right, Slash, let's hit marksman command. As usual, I want to paint. I don't need it so clearly designated. Just sort of paint a do not pass line. Another thing to note, for anyone that wants to like chat with me, I chat. Anyone that is on my Discord can attest how much I chat. You can like tag me and you'll have an, unless I'm sleeping, you'll have an answer within like minutes. So joining Discord is definitely a good way to stay in touch. Okay, so as long as we don't pass this plan zone, I think we'll be fine. So I'll stand at the edge of it. Yeah, I do chat a lot. I'm on there. Same reason I answer like every single YouTube question, right? I'm just, you make the effort to chat with me, I'll make the effort to chat with you. So let's try to aim for the low shield so that we can shoot into this mess if we want to. All of the assemblers are dormant, so as soon as I wake them up, I'm gonna have like 24 hours to deal with the dormant assemblers start printing up stuff. Looks like you guys want body augments, so let me set that up. So raid 5 colonies, host a prison. I'm not even gonna have enough characters up here, but I'm gonna write it down anyway. Body augments as well. It's there, it's character limited. And we'll have, oh, shells are already in the air. Cool. All right, we perfectly pegged the low shield. So now there's nothing protecting these guys from gunfire. And let's aim for the auto charge turrets. It wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to have had a bit of, I guess Leb, Ambers, and Barbara, you come join me because you guys are idle. To have a few shield belt people just to absorb the pikeman shots. Okay, good, that missed. Oh man, Neuroquake. That would be a thing. Alright, let's see if I can't go invisible. Have you guys back up a little bit more. I really want to hit the... Hey, don't shoot me while I'm invisible. That's just lame. Okay, I'm gonna get Glitch out of here in just a second because his torso is not good. So if it's invisible for 7 more seconds, maybe I can do a whole pulse. Yeah, the pulse doesn't really hit very many. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. The amount of damage that he can do psychically in 5 seconds is like absurd. Let's keep backing up so the Scythers don't get me. This is exactly why I mentioned that I think it would be a good idea for Glitch to have Stone Skin. So when he does get hit, often when it's like not exactly my fault, because, you know, he was invisible, but the shots that are in the air that are already being sent at him, if you go invisibility, it doesn't really matter. So let's have him back up. Oops, I didn't mean for Zleb to actually get hit, just to take the focus off of the shooters. And Glitch and Zleb, you're going to retire from this fight. And then most of the rest of the mechs are just getting, they're just getting ripped up. Wow! That Scyther went for the neck. It's not messing around. Alright, Eli is a doctor who is, not currently fighting, so I'll have Glitch and Zleb, rather, get patched up by the docs. Seems to me that, the damage has been done. Most of the mechanoids are, heading my way now. They're not berserked anymore. Let me line up nicely. Actually, I'm gonna take a step forward and, try to take out the pikes. After we deal with this as an inferno. So Eli, go tend Glitch. You guys are doing alright down here. They're a little low on meals, and... Why can't I repower this heater? Oh, it's just, not in range, I see. Scruffy! Thank you for the follow. Scruffy the hobo. So, with how slow these centipedes are, my guess is a lot of them are pretty damaged. The automated turrets rip them up. My mortar people have hit half a day. All right, so let's try to shut down the printers. So, set force target. Why aren't you allowing me to set force target? Thank you for tuning in to Wendigos, which originally streamed live on Twitch, December 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel. Happy holiday season to you all, and I hope to catch you next stream or an upcoming episode. Farewell.